is Sarah Dudley from Troop 31 in Charleston, West Virginia, and this is my friend Versace. I've been volunteering for the West Virginia Horse Network since October of 2020. That's what sparked my interest for my Eagle Scout project. I spoke to the director of the West Virginia Horse Network back in January of 2021, and she gave me two suggestions. One being to build a small obstacle course that was movable and possibly doing a tryout day, and the other being updating some stalls in the quarantine area. I took the idea to my parents and Scoutmaster and asked if I could do both. They kind of looked at me like I was crazy and told me I probably couldn't do that, but I pushed to do it. And so a few days later, I messaged the director back and said, can I do both? And she said, absolutely, that would be fantastic. By May of 2021, I had raised $3,200. Off to Lowe's, Home Depot, and 84 to get metal for the roof, barn doors, walls, and obstacles. 7 more trips for other things that we needed. And a few weeks later, off to the barn we met. That's where I met this guy. And today, he looks so much better. The horses here needed a safer quarantine area to keep them healthy and safe from other horses and outside dangers. We built 2 8x10 walls as well as a smaller 4x6 foot wall. Working on the stall walls, we realized that there were some major issues with the roof after a tree fell on it. So back to 84 Lumber we went to get more metal for the roof. But a few days later, with the help of my Scoutmaster and a few other scouts, we worked on the barn doors. Two weeks later, I went to my local scout office with the help of a lot of friends and scouts to make all 9 obstacles. West Virginia Horse Network, we sponsor a program all over the state called the Treasure Hunters, which helps educate youth and adults all about horses while helping out our foster horses. On August 28th, we had an obstacle fun day where we had our treasure hunters come out and test the horses out around the obstacles for educational purposes and to help the horses and maybe get a few adopted and maybe some more fosters. I had a trainer and a farrier come out to do educational presentations about what they do. We also had hot dogs and chips and cookies and apples for lunch, and some for the horses. At the end of the day, I had an $836 check presentation to the president of the network. My project had over 400 hours into it in just 8 months. The obstacles and facilities are still used to this day from horses like Versace and many other horses.
Hello, my name is Nikki Walters, and I'm the president of West Virginia Horse Network. The impact of the obstacles. So it's kind of been an evolution with these obstacles. First of all, I want to say Sarah did an amazing job paying attention to detail when she built these obstacles. They're very colorful, they're very unique. They're very sturdy and safe for the horses, and I really appreciate that. She even took the time to put sand in the paint on the bridge so that the horses wouldn't slide on it, and I just thought that was genius. So Sarah brought the obstacles out, and we did a little test run photo shoot with the obstacles and the horses. And then a few weeks later, we unveiled those obstacles to the public, so to speak, and had some of our participants in the treasure hunt program come out and go through the obstacle course with the rescue horses and did a little competition. And our treasure hunt program is designed to help people learn about horses and hopefully become future adopters. So we were able to use her obstacles at that event. And then we were able to use them again at our big weekend that we had in October at Winfield Riding Club, where we had a clinic with Mike Hurst horsemanship. And those obstacles were a highlight of that event. People rode across them, they led their horses across them hundreds of times easily, and they stood up great. So we really appreciated that. And just to put it into perspective, the year before that, I went to the dollar store and bought like foil pans and Christmas decorations, and that's what we used as the obstacles. So to go in there with these professional, nice looking obstacles was such a game changer for us. And so then after the clinic, we used them again at our fun show the next day. So members of the public were able to come in and use those obstacles and enjoy them. And it helped with our fundraiser for the rescue that weekend too. So it was just really awesome to kind of see that come full circle, see our horses shine going through the obstacles, see people building better relationships with their horses going through the clinic and using the obstacles, and then seeing members of the public come through and ride through them. It was just really amazing. So I look at both the stalls and the obstacles as an investment in the future of the rescue. So it's not just a one-time gift that Sarah gave us. It helps us to build and become better in the future. So those stalls will allow us to say yes more often. They'll allow us to do, continue to be good at biosecurity and making sure that everything is done safe and healthy for the horses. And the obstacles will continue to benefit the rescue and the horses for years to come, because as more horses come through, more horses can be trained with the obstacles, more horses can be showcased with the obstacles. So it's sort of like the gift that keeps on giving. So I've told you what Sarah's project meant to the rescue and to the horses, but I also want to tell you what it meant to me personally. So she came to me with this idea at sort of in the middle of the winter, when it's usually very lonely at the barn. The colder it gets, the sooner it gets dark at night, the fewer people are coming out to help with the nitty-gritty chores of, you know, cleaning the stalls and feeding and watering and things like that. So it can get pretty discouraging to work all day and then go to the barn and spend hours there and then come home and do the marketing and the grant writing and all of that stuff. So I was feeling pretty down around the time that Sarah was getting this project rolling, really this late winter, early spring. And then we were at the barn one day and I saw her working and doing all this stuff. I saw the success of the auction that she did to raise money for this. And I told her mom at the time, I was like, I really needed this. I needed to see that someone believed in this enough to do this, to come out here and do this. And that gave me the push and the motivation that I needed to get out of the feeling that I had at that time. So I really appreciated the motivation and encouragement that I got from seeing what Sarah could do. And also, I feel like seeing her bring this vision to life better than what I had envisioned when I gave her the idea kind of gives me the freedom to dream bigger for the rescue. So I'm inspired, I'm appreciative, and so are the horses. And so thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it.